Hi, this is Kelsey Blaho, and we're going to be talking about Module 1 for EDL 855, Critical Reflection of Ethics and Norms. So we'll just start with a little bit about me. So I teach high schoolers life skills. I've done that for the last 3 years. And by life skills, I mean family and consumer sciences. So a lot of the cooking, fashion, interior, those type of fun elective classes. Sorry, I'll move my face over there. I'm also lover of the outdoors, watching a movie, or reading a book. I really enjoy doing all that stuff. I'm also a dog mom, of Juniper. She's a rescue, super sweetie. Married to my husband for a couple years, who's just snowboarding. And then, there's my family, my sister and her husband, my parents. We're all super close. I went to the high school that I currently teach at. So just picture me in some Rocky gear, and then I have our Together as One shirt on as well. So that's been super fun to be back at the school that I went to. I'm from Fort Collins, Colorado, and I live there currently. We just bought a house there. So yeah, it's been great being in Colorado. Both of our families are from here, so it just made sense to stay. I also did track and field at Colorado State University. There's a picture of me. And kind of cool opportunity. I got coached by my dad, which was pretty fun. Not something everyone can say, so I really miss it. It was a really cool opportunity. And then there I studied family and consumer sciences, and then also double majored in human development and family studies. And I'm just excited to learn a whole lot more through this course and this whole program. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. So now we're going to transition to article summaries and themes around ethics and professional norms. So first off, what are ethics? I've just picked kind of some of the major quotes that I feel like fit really well with each theme, so kind of combine summaries and themes together. So this quote I feel like really fits it. Ethics have always been important, but they rarely get much attention until someone behaves unethically, and I feel like that's really true in some cases. Because then it's kind of brought to people's attention and like, oh, yeah, we need to talk about that or think about that. So I feel like that's important. Also, us as teachers, educators, admin, that kind of thing, we have a daily influence on lots of people. We're often held to really high standards. And if someone does something unethical, it tends to get out in the public and be very publicized. So we're held to like these really high standards. And I felt that right from student teaching until now. Again, we're also expected to be strong role models, demonstrate those ethical behaviors so that students can model them as well. And again, it's driven by respect for values, unfaltering belief, dignity, that kind of thing. Personal courage. There's just some other characteristics too, inclusive, sensitive, that kind of thing. So those are just a few things of what ethics is, and I put a little graphic right and wrong. I feel like that's kind of what it boils down to. Why are they important? I included some stats. So a survey of 180 K through 12 educators found a correlation between effective leadership and ethical decision making. So an effective leader has to make those ethical decisions. Honesty and integrity is the most important characteristic. So just being honest and straightforward with people, I feel like is really valuable, not just in the school system, but just to anyone. And they also said fair, honest, integrity, ethical behavior, all that kind of stuff. And it's not just to the faculty and staff, but parents and students as well. So again, just making sure that they follow those, because again, it does affect their school environment completely. They again expect that and accept personal and professional responsibility for teaching students character as well. So modeling that behavior, then they can explain and teach that to students, I think is really important too. And then down here, ethics and values are what make us human beings. And I feel like that is super relevant to what we're talking about, just being human. So like we do make mistakes. I think that honesty component plays a big role in that. But yeah, I really like this last quote. What does ethical leadership look like? So I just bolded some words and kind of in parentheses explain them a little bit more, but I'm sure we all know what most of these are. But selflessness, specifically with children, integrity, having appropriate actions, objectivity, impartial and fair, accountability, openness, honesty. So yeah, there's a plethora of words that would describe what it looks like. I think that's important. Like for justice, fair work for all children. We can kind of imagine what that would look like. Again, leading by example, I touched on that a little bit. Communicating morals, values, ethical decisions, all that good stuff. So yeah, just making sure that everyone's on the same page. Then I just included a few of the charts from the different websites and resources that we had. I just feel like they explain stuff really well. I'm not going to read everything, but I feel like they just kind of talked about the difference between personal and professional ethics and how there is some crossover with the two. And so yeah, I just want to include those in here. I like the examples. I feel like those help a lot. So personal, honesty, care, sincerity, and then professional, no gossiping, time management, punctuality, confidentiality, that kind of thing. And then the big difference between personal and professional codes of conduct is perhaps the strictness with which people conform to them. I feel like that helped me differentiate between the two. I feel like a lot of times the professional ones cross over into my personal life as well, and kind of vice versa. Like I want to be honest, care, and be sincere in professional too. And same kind of thing with personal as well. So I feel like there's quite a bit of crossover as well. Same kind of thing here with the different charts, just kind of figuring out which one's which. Again, I feel like there's a lot of crossover, and I feel like I hit all or most of these, which is awesome. I feel like that's something I really strive for, and I don't know if you all are into Enneagrams, but I'm an Enneagram 1, so pretty black and white, right and wrong, that kind of thing. So I feel like that's always been something I felt strongly about and super passionate about. It says personal ethics refer to a person's morals and code of conduct, which I feel like is pretty accurate. And then professional ethics refer to a person's values, principles that are introduced to an individual in a professional organization. So, again, I feel like there's some crossover with that as well. Yeah. Okay. And then what are professional norms? So norms for professional behavior help groups move the work forward. So I feel like coming together as a group, figuring out what the norms are, whether it's like what time they show up, who's in a group, how they work in a group, that kind of thing. So coming together to decide what that looks like and then following through with it, I think is important. And I feel like that's happened in the classroom setting. Like, what are our norms? What are our expectations of each other, like as students and teachers? I've done a little bit of that in the classroom, so this is just another way to do it professionally as well. So yeah, then there's just kind of some steps for how to do it, but I think doing it together is important. So how do ethics lead to student and adult success? So again, having that modeling behavior I think is really important. So again, as a school leader, you have to be responsible and act ethically. They kind of create this standard of professionalism within the community. So students see it, they know, oh, I should probably step up a little bit. Again, just having effective principles. They share their beliefs with kind of everyone they come in contact. So again, there's kind of ethics with every decision that's made, whether it's around diversity, all different kinds of topics, just trying to make so many decisions around the budget, class sizes, teachers, hiring, all that stuff. There's so many decisions that affect students and adults as well. So trying to be ethical with that. And then advocating for ethics again. So live up to their stated values. So as an admin, this is kind of something strive to. Helps with attitude, cooperation, honesty, dishonesty, that kind of thing. I feel like this is a big one, acting professional in and out of school. I feel like that's important to remember. It's not just at the workplace, because if you live in a small town, again, you're going to run into people outside of school. So making sure that you have professional inside and outside. And I think even on social media is important too. And then here's just some stuff for my critical reflection. So Like I mentioned, I feel like I have a high ethical set of standards for myself. It's one of my strong suits, something I pretty distinguish right from wrong, kind of know. And it's always just something in the back of my head. So I feel like the world is always changing around us, and so trying to make sure that every student and every family is felt like they're treated as equitable as possible, and just trying to think of ways that what I'm saying or doing, making sure that that's very ethical. So how does all of this support educational success? So again, trying to think that the students are at my best interest. So trying to make sure that everyone is being treated correctly as a person in position of power. I feel like I talk about that a lot in my classes, and that students trust me, can have a good, healthy relationship with students and other staff. I never want to make someone feel uncomfortable as a person in a position of power. And so how would I advocate for ethical decisions? I'm part of the union at our school, which is really cool to kind of help be a part of that, help advocate for not only teachers getting good ethical care, but also for our students. So sharing my voice that way. And then so just correlating it to the standard. So wanting to promote it, I feel like this project really opened my eyes to the importance of ethics and just communicating about it. I feel like for me, it's always in the back of my mind, but not necessarily for everyone else. I hope it is. Sometimes we just need to have good reminders, especially when a certain topic comes up, just reminding about it. So I feel like that'll help me, just making sure that, again, the students and staff are, have their best interest in mind. Again, this assignment's a good reminder. There's always stuff I need to work on, just make sure I'm doing really well. I started to advocate a little bit more, especially as I progressed in my teaching career. I feel like the first few years just trying to figure things out, and now that I have, I feel like I can really start expressing some of those ideas and thoughts. It's relevant to my learning. Again, really important stuff to understand as a future admin, knowing right and wrong, and be able to address these topics with teachers and be able to talk about them, and kind of know what they are. How does it impact my current mindset? I feel like, again, it definitely supported my professional norms, confirmed my ethics professionally. I feel like, again, I try and live this out every day. So I think it was just good affirmation. I tried to advocate for different stuff, especially in our department meetings. And then, like I said, with the union, that kind of thing, I feel like I advocate that way. And then, is anybody in your school advocating for ethical decisions? We do. We have an equity and education specialist at our school, which helps with making sure students are equitably treated, and then our union also helps with that, mostly for teacher side of things. And then I feel like our staff just does a really good job overall, making sure that ethics are really good and a main priority we have at school. So is anybody in your school cultivating acting professional norms? Again, our motto is together as one, working together the Lobo way. Our school mascot's a Lobo, and so trying to make sure that we're taking care of each other, doing what's ethical, doing what's right all the time. So we constantly are pushing that, not only for staff, but students. And I feel like everyone at Rocky really embodies that. Rocky Mountain High School is the name of our high school. I forgot to mention that earlier. And then what does your community think about ethics and professionalism? I think our school and community focuses, again, on all of that stuff. And then I think our admin also model that well. Same with entire staff is on board. If they're not, then they might not be a good fit for our school. So I feel like our school does a really good job of picking wisely. None that I'm aware of. I don't think our school has had any ethics or professional issues or anything like that. I feel like everything's gone well. Maybe I just don't know about them, but I feel like everything's gone smoothly. Again, I think the assignment helped me be more aware of what is ethical, what is not, and just affirmed what I'm doing well, and that I need to keep doing it. It also challenged me to think about what I can do to help my staff to train them and remind them of what is ethical and what isn't. Again, personal reflection. I think also with our evaluations, it's always a question on there. And then if someone doesn't follow it, I think it can give the school a certain reputation. So just making sure that each staff members following that, just so we can kind of uphold this ethical reputation. New knowledge and skills. Love to refresh staff just as things come up. Hey, maybe think about this.